Hi everyone, this is Galen Martling. Today I'm showing layered stamping using Unity stamps, and these are red rubber stamps. And I'm going to show a way to make whimsical look to the flowers and the stamping. I'm going to use the kit called Playful Daisies, and I'm also using Trick or Treat Paper Pack by Unity and Scallops and Rectangles nesting dies. And so these are all going to be stamped in different layers. I'm going to make two cards, two different ways of using this particular stamp. And so for the first card, I'm going to use the vase and the flowers in the vase all at once with the stamping. We're going to use it die cut separately from the sentiment, but I'm going to stamp it all at the same time onto this little bit of a bigger piece of cardstock here, because I know I'm going to trim out the flower piece separate and there's room. And so I'll go ahead and stamp as much as I can at one time, and then I use some dye ink on that, some black dye ink, and then you add the petal layer. You just line it up as well as you can. It's not meant to be perfect and it won't layer up exactly. It's more of a whimsical look. You'll see some color outside the lines with these stamps, and it really looks pretty in the end, especially when it's all stamped the same way like that. And so I added a couple of different blues for the vase fill in there, the vase piece. And for all of the stamping, I used 3 passes with the stamps, with the ink. And so I'm only showing one, just for time's sake here. Also, I don't show the cleaning in between each of the stamp pieces here. I just clean in between each of them. Now, also, you want to go ahead and I'm using a stamp positioning tool just so that I can repeat the stamping, but you can use a stamp block as well if you want to. It's your choice. So I went ahead and used the Misty for this one. And now after all the stamping is done and layered, I die cut that flower panel out and I trimmed with the paper trimmer the sentiment. So that first card is ready to finish. But I'm going to go ahead and go on to the second card here, which is just using the petal part of that flower. And then I'm going to go ahead and add 3 different petal stamping sections here to make a border on the side of the card. And then you go ahead and with that last one there and make room to stamp that one and stamp it. All of these again 3 times passes. I'm showing 1 here. And so you could go ahead and stamp the sentiment at this point, but I went ahead and added all the color layers. Since I had all my inks out, I went ahead and added the color layers. The reds, again, I used for this card. And then I wanted a pop of purple, so I added a really dark purple to this middle flower. You'll see I matched the pattern paper up to kind of coordinate with each of the cards to get a different look for each of the cards. You have different layers. You have a petal layer, a leaf layer. You have a little layer for the top where the top of the flower opens, and you just mix and match the colors however you like on these. I went with bold, bright colors this time. Usually I tend to go with more muted shades, but I wanted something bright. I wanted these flowers to really stand out and pop. And so, the possibilities are endless with this stamp kit. And so this is where I held my breath and I stamped the sentiment right over the rest of the stamping. I usually like to have the stamp sentiment done first and then add the rest of the stamping, but I did it this time and it came out just fine. Oh, I used washi tape or purple tape to hold that panel in place on the second card when I stamped it. So I removed that. Now for the assembly, I went ahead and just kept it simple, and I added flat double-sided tape to most all of the layers here to keep a flat card. The only thing I added foam tape for was for the sentiment panel, just so that I could pop it up right over that vase. And I really like how these turned out. I really like the paper also with it, the very vibrant, bold paper. It all turned out better than I thought it would. So here is 1 and 2. You have really nice cards to give out. Thanks so much for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, like and share if you will, and have a great day.